Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, and today we're going to be continuing on with evolving a custom solar system from birth to death version 7. So this is now part 3 of version 7. It's pretty crazy we've done 7 of these now, plus we did the binary one as well, so that's effectively 8 different systems I think. So yeah, pretty cool. But before we get started, just one thing. We're now in the latest update of the game, so the game updated in between the last episode and this one, so we're now on update 32. So that means that we now have access to the vegetation button. So, for instance, any further objects out here, in theory, we could put that on. So, where are our visuals? Vegetation. So, for instance, if I click this and put, yes, it's already on if habitable. So, if this planet warms up, it will automatically go green for us. So, we wouldn't even have to, for instance, we wouldn't even have to actually manually do it. It would just do it automatically. So it's pretty cool. So for instance, all of these objects out here, I mean all of the rocky ones, I mean is there any more sort of major rockies that are worth sort of putting it on? I mean this one here maybe, put it on there. So vegetation, so if habitable, it will do it automatically. So pretty cool. This one over here, this is a potential life candidate actually, this object here, if we put it on there. So this is a world that's just frozen up at the moment. It's kind of just waiting to be warmed up, but it is, I think it's the largest rocky planet in the system. It's at 6 radius of Earth. But the only issue of this planet is it has a bit of a bizarre orbit due to the presence of the dominant gas giants. So should be pretty wild. But again, this object here, vegetation, put that on. This one, yeah, so it's got it all switched on all of the sort of major looking objects. I'm not sure if any planets are actually habitable at this moment in time, are they? We got one of the chlorine worlds there. This one over here. Oh, this one. Ah, so look, if we switch it on, this world is actually currently habitable. So check it out. Okay. Ah, very nice. Okay. Looking good. So maybe it just needs a bit of water interference. It looks like it's actually losing its water, so it can't actually hold on to it, unfortunately. So maybe it's just mass is too low. Interesting. We'll give it a little buff there. Ignore you didn't see that. It just came with that normally. So is that maybe that'll help? I'm not sure honestly. It looks like it's still maybe losing the water, unfortunately. Oh no, there it is. Maybe it will hold on, I don't know. So, there we are. But again, let's just manually sort of play with it. There you go, settled. There you are. So, the vegetation feature already in use. Otherwise, it would just look like that. So, it goes a little more green. So, pretty cool. Alright. Very nice. Maybe a little thicker atmosphere with that. So, this is a world that's currently habitable in this system. And I think it's probably the only... So probably the only habitable world in the system at this current moment in time. So if we put the zone on, so where is this one? So this one's sitting in the blue and green area roughly, okay. So then we've got the chlorine planets, they're not really ever going to be habitable. I mean, the Zane B's one here, this one's looking pretty interesting. 21 degrees actually, so if your species needs chlorine to survive instead of say water, then there you go. There's your planet. So life as we don't know it may be able to survive here. Maybe. So there you go. It's another world that's currently in good conditions. You could put the vegetation on, I guess. Yeah, why not? There you go. So a chlorine designed world. Very interesting design, but yeah, there you go. So yeah, looking good. Not the most water in the world, but yeah, it's got some water on it. So yeah, currently another habitable world in the system. So again, we'll put that in green. We'll put that as a green trail, so we know. So there you go. So the green zone is obviously. Well, the green planets are obviously in the green zone for the most part. If we move a little closer, we've got Minderbat's chlorine world here. How hot is this? Only minus 125, so pretty cold there. Okay. Then we have Zane B. So this is the start of what we call the outer solar system in this system's version of the outer solar system. Is everything from Zane B's planet onwards. So all of this is outer. The inner solar system is everything inside this purple orbit in here. That's kind of the sort of what we sort of set up with this. So everything else inside the inner solar system is currently too hot. So for instance, this world here, this world from this was from you. Yeah, this one is looking pretty hot, even though it's still got a bit of water. Pretty hot yellow rock there. Nexus 5. This was a world that used to be habitable in the earlier days of this system. So there it is there. So again, it's not looking too friendly there. It's actually losing material. Look, you can see if you look carefully. So, yeah, not looking good. So that one's smoking up. And then obviously anything closer than this. These are the desert planets from the very start. We've got Korot 7b here. That's a world completely ruined. Then we've got Eon here. And then the closest planet to the star is currently a Lombi over here. So, yeah, not looking good for any of those guys. So yeah, the habitable zone is roughly where the star says it is, actually, because obviously sometimes the zone can be different from planet to planet. For instance, as you can see, the zone does change, but if we just look around the star itself, yeah, all the green planets are in the green. So pretty cool. Like this one over here. This is one that's potentially a life world in the future. I think I've already put the vegetation on for this guy, but yeah, it's currently frozen up. It does contain water, right? It has a bit of water, so okay. Well, anyway, it's enough me faffing around. Let's actually get to evolve in our system. So let's we'll save the sim as well because we are in the latest update, so we just changed all those bits. So there you are. Okay, cool. Now today is probably going to be where this star really skyrockets, because it's in the blue zone now of temperature and all that, so it's going to get pretty wild. So if I actually go to the comments of the last video, so I think someone actually gave me an interesting fact about the blue stars, because I don't know blue stars as well as I know sort of sun-like stars and stuff. So if I actually go to the comments here, someone said the luminosity will increase to about 400 times that of the sun for a 5 solar mass star. So effectively, this has already gone past its limit. Going by that terminology. So pretty crazy on the main sequence. Okay, so effectively now we've passed the main sequence sort of luminosity. This star is starting to become more red, or definitely becoming to a red giant today. By that case, so as a red supergiant, because this is a blue star, this is going to be a pretty big star by the end of it. It's going to this was commented by Phoenix. So apparently the brightness will probably go, or I say luminosity, will reach over 300 AU out. So going by that logic, Mole over here, how many AU is that? Will it? I don't think it will reach that far. So yeah, this one's at 2,200. So 300 AU. So the furthest sort of planets here, they'll be covered. Yeah, this is 238. 400 at the sort of furthest. Okay, so the habitable zone will definitely reach out to here. So, for instance, this rocky planet here, this is within roughly the 300 mark, so it should receive it. So, interesting stuff. But yeah, the star is definitely going to be getting it's going to be getting dangerous. Definitely be getting dangerous today. If it wasn't dangerous already, because it's a blue star. So, it's going to be a pretty wild ride. So, let's speed up time, let things change and evolve. Keep an eye on the orbits as well, because remember, it's a system that constantly changes with having those dominant gas giants. I mean, Cold Deluxe, remember, that is the dominant gas giant in this system. So it's going to be really wild if that runs into any orbits, because it could upset. We're going to keep an eye on that dark blue trail. That is a potential life candidate, but the problem is Cold Deluxe could upset its orbit more. So yeah, could be big trouble there. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that. And I'm surprised that this red one's still hanging on. That was the one we dubbed the Sedna equivalent in this system, because it's just so far away and it's just hanging on in there. So pretty crazy stuff there. Okay, remember the inner planets are still having their sort of quarrel in the centre there. Orbits are constantly wobbling around. Obviously, as soon as you speed up time, it starts to get more unstable as we go really quick. So you can see Eon and the Lombi, they are having problems, but they've been hanging on for quite a while, so they should be fine. It's just an orbit like Mercury's, where it's just constantly going around. It's not constantly changing a lot, but you can see it's really having a problem there. And if you look carefully, Eon's orbit, it's going very close to Korot 7b's orbit, so it could, in theory, have some sort of problem with that planet at some point as well. So just keep an eye on those two. Maybe they'll run into each other, maybe they won't. I mean, they're bound to eventually. Look, maybe here. Oh, that was a bit close, wasn't it? Oh, okay. So now its orbit's going past the orbit of Korot 7b as well. So look at that. And it kind of cuts in almost as the closest planet to the star. I think Lombi is still slightly closer, but it has got a very elongated sort of tilt in its orbit there. So yeah, quite eccentric now. It's crossing the orbit of two other planets, so not good. So if we speed up time, it's still constantly changing and cutting across Korot 7b. So eventually, I reckon there could be some sort of instance down there of trouble. So there we go. And then again, look, this orbit here, while we were zoomed in there, this one's had a change. The blue one is orbit's kind of sort of sorted itself out. But again, this one is definitely going to have some temperature changes as it goes in and out of the system, because it's almost cutting into the actual habitable zone of the star currently. So yeah, it does get a little bit of temperature as it flies around. Okay, how the inner planet's doing. See, look, its orbit's got smaller again. Look, it's not going out to Korot 7b anymore. So yeah, it's constantly changing. You know, it just doesn't want to make its mind up there. But anyways, the star itself. I think it's time we need to start evolving a bit more. So if I just slowly increase the temperature, right? Does that work? Someone gave me a little tip on how to do this. So instead of raising the temperature, you can just raise the luminosity. Okay, so we'll just raise the luminosity then. There you go. So that increases the temperature. So we're going to go up to... Remember, a blue star, it evolves, it burns through its hydrogen quicker than, say, a yellow star like our sun. So effectively, it's going to start skyrocketing a lot quicker. So now it's 6,000 degrees. Very, very big increase from what we just did there. So let's see how the system takes that. So for instance, our green planets here may start to get some of the heat. So you can see it, Kira's arc here. Ooh, is it going up or down? Okay. Let's just let time play out a bit. It's actually losing a bit of temperature. Oh, I see. Its orbit is slightly eccentric. So at one point it's closer, one point it's further away. Okay, so that means it can probably hold on a little longer then, going by that. So if I just turn this off. So where is it? So, yeah, there it is. It's the light green. So you can see it does have some sort of eccentricness going on to it. Yeah, 0. That makes all the difference. So, pretty cool. But yeah, currently still a life world at the moment. Oh, no. Life likelihood is gone. Did it lose? I must have lost all its water. Ah, so it can't hold on. So, okay, so effectively it is uninhabitable now. It's lost all its water. So, even though we gave it a little help, it didn't like that. How's Zane B's planet does? This one's increasing a little hotter now. So, the habitable zone has boosted out a bit. If we look at this one here, this is one that could potentially be lifelike. No, it's still cold. There's one of the other dominant gas giants. So, it's in a very similar orbit to XR Shark here. So, okay. It's got green though, okay, so it has got a bit of warmth to it. Interesting, okay. And then some of the dwarf planets, not really anything interesting going on over here, so they're just basically rocks. Got this chlorine world from, so this was from Demunix, so the chlorine planet from Demunix, so you can see that world is just chilling there, okay. Not sure much life is going to be at this one, I have to say, because obviously it's not really designed for life, so it's not really going to get anything, so any nice conditions. There we are. How we done over here? So these are just one of the ice giants. Okay, so yeah, not much. Cold Deluxe again. Okay, so these are really kind of the last, until we get to the really far out objects, these are kind of the last sort of planets for I've got any sort of hope of hosting life. So, okay. So again, let's continue. Let's actually let the time evolve and let everything warm up and adjust to the star's new stats. So there you go. It's now 1,000 luminosity of sun. So yeah, it's pretty big. But I mean, again, it's still not. I mean, how far is that zone covering? So the furthest sort of Nixus over here. Maybe this will be a life candidate. I don't know. So this one is currently 17. So the zone is covering about 79 AU. Okay. So how are we doing over here? So. Yeah, this is definitely going to have some sort of life conditions, because we remember the other this has a sister planet sort of closer to the star with this bearing the same name, but this one's further out, so maybe it will have a bit of manually sort of pretend it had that the whole time. This is the first time we've kind of visited this planet, so there you are. Okay, so let's actually look underneath. So there's yes, remember we don't want the atmosphere on, but there you go, make it blue. So underneath, so this is what it currently looks like. So a little less than that, I think. So hey, that's better. That's got a bit of border going on there. Okay, let's also swap the vegetation. Oh, why is it white? Oh, because this is a modded planet. Let's make it green. So for instance, when it's habitable, it will look like that. Maybe a little dimmer, but yeah, so when it's habitable, it will go green now. So we want it as if habitable. Okay, so currently not there yet, but it'll get there eventually. So okay. But there's its glorious clouds. So there you go. So a world currently in the waiting to become a nice a planet with nice conditions eventually. So you've got a nice blue ocean underneath there. But yeah, pretty wild looking world. So that's what it looks like currently now. But effectively this should all be frozen. So it's minus 105. So if, in theory, I think it's stabilized temperature. I don't know what does that even do. Set the temperature across the okay. So it should be effectively frozen at the moment. That's how it should look, because it is frozen. So yeah, it needs temperature before it gets any sort of any sort of greenness appearance. So there you go. So we'll leave it alone. But that's what it would currently look like, assuming it was like that the whole time. So we'll actually highlight this as a world to return to. So give it a nice sort of bluey purple, I guess. indigo sort of shade. There you are. So they'll stand out now. Okay, cool. So that's probably the next planet in line to get some nice conditions, actually. So there we are. So it's just outside of the blue zone at the moment. So yeah, the star does need to get a little more luminous before that. Oh, okay. So Cold Deluxe and the largest rocky planet have just had a very big interaction there. Ooh, okay. So they're hanging on though. It is hanging on. But yeah, not good. Those two have squabbled a lot in this system. They have changed a lot. So especially that rocky planet. That rocky planet's orbit has been a wild ride. So again, it's getting close to Cold Deluxe there. Is it going to have an interaction? Not this time. Oh, but you know it has. Look, you can see its orbit has been twisted and bent. So, okay. It's swooping by Cold Deluxe again. Is it going to have any change? No. Actually, just keep an eye on its stats. Keep an eye on those numbers there. Let's look back onto the star, because that's going to get annoying otherwise. Star. There you go. Okay, right. And keep an eye on that. There you go. Okay. So look at those numbers there. So every time it gets cold or close to Cold Deluxe, it could see a change. And it's constantly changing anyway, but you have a big change when Cold Deluxe swoops by. So look at the years change in orbital period. You can see it, more objects are getting bent, orbits bent out as well, so not good. And that was all due to Cold Deluxe migrating closer to the star last episode for a mysterious reason, if you remember. So yeah, it did cause a bit of drama. Okay, we're going at max speed now. Okay, and actually, let me just delete all particles as well, because there was a lot being ejected from some of the planets. Okay, that purple object, look, Nixus, it's just had a change of subject. It's just had an orbital change as well, and now it is cutting into the blue zone. So it's got some very wild seasons. Look at those. Look at that orbit there. That's having changes as well. So not good. Oh! Look at that blue planet. Look at that. Its year has been cut in half. It's now closer to the star than Cold Deluxe is. So constant changes there. This planet can't get a break. Oh, then there's a Nixus again. So that one's now had a elongated orbit as well, all due to Cold Deluxe's presence probably. But remember, there is a second. The second dominant gas giant is closer to the star, and it's this object here. This is also a dominant gas giant, so anything that gets too close to that. 2.14 Jupiter's radius, 4.5 masses of Jupiter, so it may not be on the level of Cold Deluxe at 12, but it's still a pretty big deal. And it does play, so anything in between Cold Deluxe and this one, they're going to have problems. Because there's just so much gas giants, or so much mass that these objects hold, that they will have issues with other orbits. And they will cause problems. So yeah, anything in between those two orbits is not going to be staying the same very long. Look at this. Look, we've got a lot of Sedna-like orbits going on now. So not good at all. But anyways, back to the star. It's time to evolve more. So let's slow it all down. There you go. Okay. Ooh, nice and slow. So we'll go ahead and save. As always. There you go. Now, again, it's reached the blue phase of the star, but now it's probably going to start getting a little larger as well, as we are entering the sort of red supergiant phase here. So as it gets larger, 0.2 AU in size now, so a pretty big deal. Luminosity, again, is going very, very dangerous. And remember, this is now in the sort of red giant branch of stars, even though it's still got a little blue shade. I think probably the appropriate thing to do is to switch this off now. We don't need the custom color anymore. There you go. So that's now what the stars looks like. It's lost its blue shade. It's now going into the red giant sort of classes. So, okay. So it's now 2,000 AU. So that is a big increase from the last step as well. 0.2 AU in size. So again, pretty big deal. So there we go. Save. So stars had a huge shift in colour there. Temperature, radius. So the closest planets are going to be absolutely scorched now. Now that's a huge dangerous increase. So core at 7b here. I mean, remember this object already lost its atmosphere last episode. So it lost its, because all the close planets we removed their atmospheres, because remember blue stars, they're a lot more dangerous than a normal yellow star. You know, they emit a lot more and a lot more luminous radiation, all that. So yeah, we just manually remove their atmospheres for. Well, we tried to go for a more realistic feel there, but yeah, no atmospheres to these guys, because it just got worn away by the insane stellar winds of this thing. So look at the state of that. So There we are, but Alombi, closest planet to the star. So, maybe after all this time, maybe its rotational period slows down until it becomes tidally locked. So, where's the button? There you go. So, after a long, long period of time, this planet has finally locked on to the parent star. So, it's now tidally locked. The same face will always face the star, and the other side will always be in permanent darkness now. So, yeah, a little bit of evolution there. So its orbit, its rotational period has completely stopped, and it's locked with the star. How's Eon doing? Second planet out. So again, just yeah, look, these guys are just constantly losing material now. I mean, the star is getting big. It's going to engulf them eventually, and probably quite soon. So this is Alombi is orbiting roughly 0.6 AU. So the star only needs to get 0.4 bigger. In that case, okay. Desert planet, how are you doing? So again, that's Scorch and Nixus. Oh, it's getting very, very unstably glitchy here. Okay, so... Ooh, so maybe we'll just turn that off. Oh no, the atmosphere's been completely wiped away. That's why... It's a little bug in the game at the moment. Even if an atmosphere has been wiped away, it still shows the visuals. So for instance, we turn those off because the atmosphere is no longer there. So that's what it should look like. And then we just disable the atmosphere again. There you go. So that's how it should look. I don't know why the atmosphere was still sitting on it. So there you go. That is a world that was formerly... Nice place to live. Has now been absolutely destroyed. So, not good. Okay, let's get rid of disable that white area. I think that's all just scorched. So yeah, a horrible, horrible looking world now. No more nice colours. It's all just sort of gone down. So gone very, very downhill there. So a world that was once a very nice place is now just completely ruined. So a Nixus 5. So there we go. And then how's its sister planet doing over here? So that's a Nixus 9.4. So yeah, it's different or slightly different number in the name, but it still shares the same name. So there we go. So Yularis, 240 degrees here. So this is just scorched earth. That one is scorched desert. Chlorine world from you over here. How's this one doing? It's 424 degrees. It's got quite a weird orbit, this one, hasn't it? It's tilted on it. It's quite tilted on its side quite a lot, yeah. There you go, it's losing material. Star's looking very, very big and bright as well. Okay, Lombi has quite a big shadow. If you look at, we can actually spot it from this planet's perspective. Look, if we just turn that all off, you can see it there. So pretty wild stuff. You can see a lot of the inner planets actually because they're all just glowing hot. So there you are. Okay. I mean, if you look carefully, you can actually see all of them. But actually, one thing we could do is just for a little bit of visual improvements. We have a little play in here. Simulation, I think it's simulation. Was it view? I think it's view settings. It's something to do with the actual objects. So I don't know where it is. There's a hidden option where you can make the planets appear bigger. Where is it? I always forget where it is. I'm sure it's on view, isn't it? It's not field of view. Hang on, let me get my messages up quickly. Because I remember I was told by, I think it was Dan from the team, the development team, how you do it. So, simulation settings. So it's in simulation settings. So somewhere here? I think? Change back. Oh no, that's the background temperature. Never mind. No, what we want. Where are we? Yeah, he did tell me how to do it. Man, I don't know where it is actually. One of them once told me how you could do it, or how you make the stars or objects bigger. So I'm not sure where it was, but one of them once told me. I've forgotten how to do it again. There used to be a way you could make the objects appear larger. Actually, it must be on view. Field of view glows. Yes. Here it is. So, for instance, it's currently on 3. But if I do this, yeah. So, I'm not going to make it too much bigger. So it was on 3 originally. I'm going to make it up to 5, so you can actually see all the other planets nearby. It is a little bit of extra visuals. Maybe a little bigger. We don't want anything like this, for instance. How cool that is, but just so it looks a little cooler. 7. There we go. Leave it on 7. Hey, you can see all the nearby planets. It's really cool. Obviously, the further out ones will be harder to see. No, that's a little too big, actually. No, I want it a little smaller than that. I think 5 was appropriate, so So originally it was on 3, so we're going to just leave it on 5. No, 5. There you go. Yes. Well, just a little less than 5. 4.7-ish, something like that. 4.5, there you go. So, just a little bigger. Nothing too ridiculous, because I don't want it looking stupid, but there you are. Okay. So you can just see him a little easier. There you go. There you are. So you can actually really see everyone now. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, back to the orbits and labels. There you are. Okay, anyways, let's continue. So, everything in the inner solar system is just a no-go. How's our habitable worlds doing? Because see, these guys are going to lose their sort of status very shortly now that the star has increased a lot. So you can see 104 degrees, 105 on the same B's object here. So, yeah, the water's all going to disappear. Look, that's getting pretty... Yeah, the water's all gone. Haha. Oh, you can see the vegetation is trying to hold on, but it just can't do it. So X-Chak is the next sort of life potential world, and it is in that. It's in its life haven now. Look at it. Yes. There you go. So, 10 degrees. It's got what it needs. And it has gone green just by the vegetation. So check it out. It is a nice place to be now. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look how it's turned out. It looks great. So that's all due to the vegetation making the difference. Very, very nice. So there you go. So that is currently probably the only habitable place in the system. So pretty cool. And this is currently sitting around 100 years orbit. 39 AU. Okay, so that's further out than Neptune. So pretty cool. The next planet, that's a dominant gas giant. And then we are going to the outer... look at this. This one has had an interaction with Cold Deluxe yet again. It's now orbiting Cold Deluxe. I don't think that's going to last long, though. But yeah, there you go. So, not looking good there. Nixus, how are you doing? So this is another potential life candidate. If it can sort its orbit out, of course. So as you can see, it's approaching the star. So it's cool warming up. How long will it last? So keep an eye on that temperature. Does it get any temperature at all? Or that's going away again? So it's just not there yet. This orbit is not having it. Okay. There we are. Ooh, that's not looking good there. Can I look on the star, please? There we go. Right, okay. So, while this is all going on, we're going to have another interstellar traveller. So we're going to have a random main sequence star fly by this system. So, just another star that's having a little hover by. So, nothing too wild, but we're going to shoot it roughly there. So, it's not aimed directly at the star. So, we have a red dwarf star that's just coming in from interstellar space. We're going to see if that has any sort of effect. So, this is just a tiny little guy. Look, it's only 0.2 mass of the sun. So, it's a very, very small star, but a lot longer living star because it's got way less mass. So, compared to our star, this star's a very, very quick burning star. Obviously it's larger mass, so it will burn through its hydrogen a lot quicker, but that red dwarf, that'll last forever. Very much, that'll last a long time. That'll live everything in this system, that's for sure. So let's see if it hangs on, or does it just fly by, or... So it's going to have quite a close interaction, so maybe it will... Remember, this has got... how much mass has that got? So that has got 0.2 masses of sun, so in Jupiter's. That's more strong than the dominant gas giant. If that flies into our inner solar system, that could cause an enormous problem. Because Cold Deluxe is only, what, 12 Jupiters? That's 100 and... What was it? 120? 296, sorry. So that is going to have a huge problem. That could really turn everything pear-shaped here. So let's see as this red dwarf interstellar traveller flies through our system and back out. So keep an eye on all the orbits, because this could be very, very dangerous for every object in the inner solar system here. So it's coming into the inner solar system. There you go. It's a huge mass, remember. It's going to cause massive problems as it shoots around. There you go. It has had a substantial effect on some of those orbits. So now it's flying out again, and that will head back into interstellar space. Or is it? Maybe it will hang on. Maybe we'll have a second star we've just picked up for this system. So, interesting. So there you go. That's now leaving the system. Very little habitable zone, though. Look, nothing's going to be... What does it have? Oh, no, put the habitables. Let's see. So that's the range it covers. So, yeah, nothing's going to really be affected by that. But, will it cause any problems with any of the outer solar system objects? You can see, look at our orbits now. Got all over the place. Due to the dominant gas giants, the extra star that's shown up out of nowhere. So there you go. So is it going to shoot off or is it going to come back? Because if it comes back, that could be a very interesting dilemma for this system. So we've actually picked up another object. So pretty well. How's the inner solar system? Because you can see the orbits are in turmoil. Look at that orbit. What has happened to this? Look at that. It's all bent, twisted. Oh my god. Cold Deluxe has had a... Bro, look at Cold Deluxe. Cold Deluxe's orbit has been bent and out of shape from that star. So that star has caused a right problem. Now, will it come back? It looks like it's going to. So that is going to be... that's going to cause a lot of problems in the future. Now we've picked up a second star. So there we go. Look at the orbit of that green one though. Whoa. So this is again a potential planet that could have had life at one point. But with an orbit like that, you're not having life anytime soon. So it's going to fly in, fly out. So here we go. So it's going to approach the star again. Let's see how hot it actually gets. So keep an eye on those stats. As it approaches the star now, it's going to go all the way into the red zone. It's going to enter the inner solar system. Anything inside Zane B's pink object there, that is the inner solar system. So it's flying in. Remember, it's still underneath actually, so it's still got some time to approach. But there we go. So on its closest approach now, you can see it's warming up. It goes into the positive temperatures. But will it last? It's increasing. So it's flying by. It's not even at its closest point yet. Its closest point is probably somewhere about now. Here. Closest point to the star. So it reaches up to 200 degrees as it flies past. And it's still increasing. So it's still in the zone. Actually, what we could do is view... we need to go to the zone settings here. Oh, it has four zones. We need... There you go. Now you can see... Or was it billboard? Yeah, there you go. So now you can actually see what is in the zone, even though it's not a flat disc. So there you go. So it's still in the red zone. Look. So it's flying out. There you go. Okay. So now it's going back into the green and it is cooling down dramatically. Look at the vegetation change. Look. It's just trying to do it, but it just can't. So there you go. That is gone. Anyways. So how's Salby? So that's... Is it going to come back? It's right on the edge. Is it going to come back? I think it is. It looks like it's going to loop round. Interstellar Traveller's going to stick around for another shot at it. Okay. So that's just chilling over there. We've gone trails. Yeah, it is loop round. Look, it has... Yeah, look. It's coming back. Okay. That is going to be... that. We may have caused a indefinite problem. If this doesn't get ejected, it's going to just sit around for a long time, causing problems. So this system is now... Whoa! Look at that slingshot there. Whoa, is that gone? Oh, I reckon that could get slingshotted eventually completely. That is not good. Okay. Anyways, back to the main system now. The other objects. How's this? Again, this life candidate. Maybe Cold Deluxe's push out has... Maybe that will help it. Anixus, how are you doing? So that's, again, that one's... They're just not there yet. They just... Well, this one's actually going into the blue zone of the star. So maybe it gets any... Let's see if it gets a little bit of a change. Okay. So it coming in. Okay, so it's coming in now into the blue. Does it get any temperature? Oh, maybe it will. It goes into the green. Okay. Definitely won't get to the red, but okay. Oh, it looks like it. Maybe it will. I don't know. I think it's its closest point now. It looks. No, it's still. No, it's not in the zone long enough. Okay. What's this object over here? Why has it not got a trail? What's going on here? Whoa. This is one of Chris's planets. Doesn't have a trail. I guess it's been a mysterious object this whole system. We have not visited this before. So what is going on here? Why does this not have a trail? Chris, what have you done? It's got a trail colour. I don't know why it's not showing up. Interesting. So we've got a mysterious object that has no orbit, apparently. So that's what it's like underneath. So a very mysterious one. So this was Chris's chlorine planet. What has happened here? Vegetation is blacked out on here. Okay. Always on. Oh my god, what is that? So that is pretty wild stuff. It's very, very glitchy by the looks of it. Oh my god, but a very, very strange world lurking in the outer solar system here. What is that all about? Very, very bizarre. So that is chilling. It has no trail, but it has been orbiting this whole time. Look, it has an orbit. Look, 201 years, but it doesn't show. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Right, anyways. Let's let time play a bit. Actually, probably a good idea we throw a save in at this point. So there you are. Okay. Now let's see how this plays out. Come on. There you go. Okay. Oh, where's that star? Okay, so the star is... Okay. We'll give it a... Just so we can spot it easy. We'll just give it a yellow trail because nothing else has a yellow... Oh, that's the star colour. Oh, I guess it's a yellow star now. There you go. Sure. But yeah, I guess something like that. Nothing too ridiculous, but there you go. So, a red dwarf that appears a bit yellow for some reason. Okay. There you are. Just so we can spot it easier. So it is approaching again. It's on its way. And it goes straight into the black zone, actually. It goes black, red, green, blue. So into the black zone of the Hattable area here. So that is the death zone, basically. So it's going to fly in there. That could have another serious problem. Serious orbital changes to everything in here. So not looking good. Anyways, but while that's on its way back, let's have a look at our other planets that were currently Hattable. So see, so this one is... Lost all its water anyway, and it's still pretty cold. Oh no, it does go up again. But you can see its temperature is not consistent. It keeps changing because it does have a eccentric orbit. Where's our current Hattable world? That is Ki Rasa. Oh, no, that's not Ki. No, it's X-Cha. So this one has had a orbital change. Look, this one was nice and thriving at one point, but now it's frozen up again. Oh, so world is getting messed around. It just hasn't. So it's in a massive ice age. There you go. And then it freezes up again, unfortunately. So that's a bit annoying. We want to see some life out of it, and it's not having it. So, a bit of a tricky one there. Okay. There's that mysterious world of Chris's there. Look, that's flying into the green zone there. Look at it change. Whoa, it's very, very strange. Got very, very weird properties on there. Okay. So that's still lurking there. Okay. You know, it says time evolve. That star is on his way back. Shooting star. There it is. It's coming in. Okay, let's see what changes that causes. So it's coming in. It's entering into the outer solar system now. There you go. It is bending orbits already. So let's see what happens as it flies in here. Right into the inner solar system. So, second star. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's looking dodgy. Okay, here we go. So it's coming in. So, outer solar system. It's entering the inner solar system any second now. Once it crosses Zane B's orbit. There you go. Any second now, and it's in the inner solar system now. There you go. Okay, so there it is. So very close to the other star here. There's Eularis. I may get an extra star, so it's going to shoot round. Look at the speed of it as well. Keep an eye on the speed. So 37 kilometers a second. So as it flies by, so it could have orbital changes here. It could pick up a planet of its own. It could pick up a planet of its own. Is it going to do it? Oh. So a world that was sitting in the inner solar system may get another chance at... Oh no, I think it's gone. I think it's shot it out. Oh no. So it's flown around. And it has fully ejected one of our inner planets. A planet that had done nothing wrong. It had been sitting nicely the whole time in the inner solar system. Has been completely shot out in one foul swoop of Salby here. So that is completely gone. That's not coming back. This was a world that was scorching hot at one point. Now it's at minus 165 forever. And getting colder. So, not looking good. Okay. So there you go. So things have changed. Not good. Not good at all. So look at the orbits now. They're absolute turmoil. I don't think anyone's got a spherical orbit anymore. Look at that. Chlorine planet from Zane B. This one's now got an orbit going into the black zone of the stars, so that's a world that's not getting anything anymore. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. That's very, very bad. That's gone, look. So, deleted. Faded out of the system. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and save. We're going to evolve our star more, so now it is getting into the really, really dangerous area. As for the other star, we're not going to evolve that because it's a red dwarf. That thing will live indefinitely in the lifetime of, or if you compare it to our main star, that star won't change at all throughout the whole sort of evolution of this system. So we'll keep it around. We won't delete it or anything. We'll just let it naturally progress with the system now. It is effectively part of our system now. It's been picked up from interstellar space. So that is now part of the system, even though it's got a very strange orbit. Looks like someone else has been ejected. South Phoenix's world. Looks like that's gone. That's not coming back. So another world being ejected. Looks like the star must have caused that. So not good. That's completely gone. Minus 208 degrees. Okay. But anyways, the main star itself. Evolution time. So it's now going to swell up. Very, very large. So there you go. So it's getting big. It's getting dangerous. A Lombi. It's the end of the line. It's gone. Okay, there you go. Luminosity, again, it's going skyrocketing. We're going to a red supergiant here, so this thing is going to be seriously dangerous. 5,779, so it's getting powerful. 0.6 AU now. So, again, it's the maximum limit of the sun is still probably bigger than this. So if we compare it to the red giant sun, where are we? The red giant sun will, in theory, be bigger than this. That's the red giant sun. So this is roughly about 1 AU. So there you go. It's still bigger. But our stars get in there. But again, we're going to go to a red supergiant. So this will be going up to the size of roughly Antares. Or Betelgeuse. So it'll be going to roughly this sort of size. So it'll be going roughly there. So Nixus 5 will be the closest planet to the star at that point. So let's see how this plays out. So it's engulfed a planet already. So engulfed a couple of planets actually. So Eon, how are you doing? So closest planet to the star now. So Lombi is gone. That was our tidy lock well closest to the star the whole time, but it no longer exists. It's been completely, it's part of the star now. So there it is. So this world is just not looking good. Luminosity is now huge. So if we go to the star itself, so this is going to be, yeah, that's the outer solar system is now covered. So Nixus here, minus 176. I don't think that's going to last so long now. If we let time play out, now things are going to change. So there you go. Okay. Ooh, okay. Actually, since that star is now bigger, I know the yellow star's still going to fly around. Okay. So let's see, how's this all going? So Eon, oh! Ah! Eon's gone! It's been ejected! It's been slung around, it's gone! So the closest planet to the star has gone. So again, that's another planet lost. So that's not coming back either, that's gone. And Saphenix, yeah, that's gone as well. So we're losing planets now. Okay. So this is what, so our current closest planet to the sun, I think it's Korot now? Is it Korot? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Korot 7b, closest planet to the star. Okay, so the inner solar system is absolutely in turmoil. So there's only a few planets left. So we've got, there's Zane Beast, we've got Tychosis here, Muse Chlorine Planet, Desert Planet, Korot, and a Nixus 5. They're all that's left for the inner solar system. Plus we've got the Eularis coming in and out as well. Okay. Not good there at all. Anyways, where's our habitable zone? So where was our, so our planets that were previously habitable, so Key Rasark here, that's no longer habitable, 110 degrees and increasing, so it loses its green privilege, loses its trail, gone, dissolved. Zane B's planet, again, a world that was once lifelike, but has just lost it, so there you go. Vegetation is off now, I mean, that's not coming back, so that's a world completely at it, so that's not happening either. There's Chris's strange man. How's that doing? Minus 97 degrees here. Very, very mysterious world that is. Look at that. What is that all about? Okay. Nixus 9.4. Again, how are you doing? So this is, yeah, it's just not in the zone. It just can't get in there. It's just constantly was just sitting on the borders of it. Look, its orbit is just all over the shop now. Look at that. It's just very eccentric as well. It's elongated, inclined. Yeah, that's not good. This one's going the wrong way round. Look, retrograde orbit here. Look at that. What is that? So it's in 150. Yeah, it's a retrograde orbit. It's swinging the other way around. It's upside down. So what has happened there? Yeah, that one's going clockwise. All the other ones are going anti-clockwise. So we have a naturally evolved retrograde orbit. That didn't start off retrograde. Everything started off normal. So that one has naturally just become a retrograde orbit with its orbit has been messed with so much. And this is, again, this is a potentially a life world that's been completely ruined. It has no atmosphere, actually, never mind. But, yeah, there you go. So, retrograde orbit. Interesting stuff, okay. Korot 7b, what has happened to you? Look at that. Whoa, okay. So that one is dangerously close to our star as well, that it flies by very quick. So there it is as it approaches. So it's on its furthest points. It cools down to about 345, I think that was, 346, 47. And then it approaches, goes up into the 1700s. So yeah, very, very bizarre orbit there. Okay. Pretty wild stuff. Star itself, again, maybe more red colours in need here. Maybe it's going to really sort of... it's getting aggressively red. Going into that red supergiant era age. There you go. So Pretty nasty looking star there. Ooh. I love how the visuals change as you zoom out. The star colour changes. That's so cool, that is. I love that. It's a really cool feature. So there you go. So red star, very menacing. Where's our red dwarf? Yellow star of us. That's just chilling. Okay. It's coming back. Let's actually let time evolve properly. Now let's just really go. Oh, someone else has gone. Korot 7B gone. Okay. So I think it's just slung around. Okay, so Salby's coming back as well. Let's see what problems this is going to cause, because now the center star's bigger. Oh my god. Okay. Here we are. Okay. Salby's coming in hot. It is coming in. It's going to go into the black zone of the star. It actually is going to cross. It'll be the second closest object to the star. The only thing closest is desert planet on this current trajectory. So it's going to fly around, swoop in. All the orbits again changed. Now it's heading outwards again. Okay. But the thing is, if this star gets bigger, eventually the other star could crash into it, and then that would be game over straight away by natural progression. So, okay. Interesting. Look at the state of this now. Korot 7B gone. It's not coming back. Look at Mole over here. It's literally just a Sedna Planet 9-esque orbit, just chilling, just completely uninterrupted now. It's just furthest object out. Okay. So there we are. Red star. Let's let time. Let's just continue to progress time. Look at the orbits. So, I mean, this was all nice and spherical at one point. Now we've got retrograde orbits, Sedna, Planet 9-like orbits, second star. It's just disrupted everything. It was a simpler time when we started this system. So there we are. Okay. I'm still concerned that those two stars could collide at some point, and that'll be the end of the episode. That'll end the episode immediately if that happens. There's no going back now. This is officially part of our system. So it's coming in again. Let's watch the orbits at a higher speed here. There you go. Look at the damage that thing has caused. Look at that. We've lost same bees. So our border to the outer solar system has been destroyed. It's been ejected. Gone. So we've lost our border to the outer solar system's border's gone. So I don't know where the outer solar system starts anymore now. Let's actually head back. So, you know, is there anything even left in the inner? I mean, the inner system's been completely shattered. I mean, I don't really know where to say the outer solar system starts anymore. It's all just become one, really. So, I mean, I guess the outer system is roughly... I know Eularis had a similar... So, Eularis will adopt the pink trail colour. So, that's the outer solar system is basically everything outside that. So, there you go. Okay. How is this one? So, this one is... Mine is first... Okay. And it's got water on it. Maybe this will be... Oh, no, never mind. No, it doesn't. So, I don't know why it's showing up under... What is all that underneath then? Clouds? Oh, it's just ice and snow. Let's turn it off. There's no water on it. What the heck? Is that... It's not vegetation. Oh, it is vegetation. What? Okay. Well, that's staying off. There you go. Don't think that really makes sense having vegetation on the planet like that. So, there you are. Anyways, habitable planets. Again, this one, it looks like it goes into the red zone. So, let's see if this one actually... How this one actually acts now. So the orbits have all been ruined. So there you go. So it warms up to 300, 400. I don't know why it's still frozen. Let's melt it. So it should look like that effectively. But again, it will just either lose that water or it will freeze up again. So there you go. It's freezing up. Yeah, look. There you are. Okay. Big South Pole there. Okay, so see how that all freezes up again. There you go. Is it going to come around again? Is it going to melt? It should melt naturally now since we gave it a manual sort of kick. Okay, let's see how that... Is it going to come back? Come on, where is it? It's on its furthest point. Okay, let's see when it comes back. I want to take an eye at Nixus as well because that one's still just not getting where it wants to be. Okay, let's continue. So is it going to warm up again? It should do. Hold on. Is it going to do it? No, it still stays for... Why do they do that? Melt. Should look like that for the time being, then it freezes again. Okay, anyways, Anixus, how is this one? So this one, it's just not getting the temperature. It just can't get in that zone. Okay, so it won't. It just can't do it. It's just won't have it. Okay. How's this one doing? This one, that one's orbit's changed. Oh, Mole's orbit's changed. Look, X-Chuck. Look, this was a world that was once habitable. Look, it's just frozen up, ruined. Okay. Cold Deluxe, even Cold Deluxe's orbit still... Remember, this object's still causing problems of its own as well, but just not on the level of the star. But it is still causing problems. Our other dominant gas giant is somewhere in there still as well. Where's that? It was this one, isn't it? Yeah, that's our other dominant gas giant. I don't know why it's blue. It should be a different colour, so it stands out more. I guess it will just have a deep orange colour so we can really spot it. There you go. So there's one dominant, then cold is obviously the blue one. That's better. I think I made it blue just to match Cold Deluxe, but we've got too many blue trails, so... There you are. Okay, anyway, it's time to evolve more. Because the system is now going to meet its demise in today's episode, that's for sure. We're definitely finishing this today. It's going to be a long episode. Or do I? Or do we have another episode? I mean, I think there's more to be seen here. I think if we just ended it a bit abruptly, that would be... I think that would be kind of a bad way to end, to be honest. I think we're going to finish off today's episode here. We still got another stage of stellar evolution to do, because it's still not in the red supergiant branch, I guess, yet. It's smaller than the red giant sun, so effectively it's not a supergiant yet. So we're going to leave it off there, in this absolutely massacred system of absolute destruction. Look, nothing is just consistent. Every orbit has been ruined by this interstellar traveller. So we're going to leave it there, because we're at almost 50 minutes now, so I don't want to make it too long. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button. Let's see if we can go for, I don't know, 70 likes on today's video, guys. This has been a pretty fun one. I hope you guys have enjoyed it as well. And yeah, let me know your thoughts and feedback down below in the comments. I mean, I'm interested to see what you think of this. I think this will probably be one of the first birth to death systems that have gone past 3 episodes. So yeah, there's a lot to be seen here, and I think this subsystem can definitely offer more, because we still got a lot to do. This star is nowhere near its power yet. And we still have this second star. We don't know the fate of how this is going to end, because this star could, in theory, if for instance, if we're going to go to the size of Antares or Betelgeuse, look, it will get so large that the other star will crash into it. So I want to see that happen. So I think that will be the next episode as this star gets bigger. Assuming it gets the size of Betelgeuse or Antares, which it should still be. Yeah, Antares is still large enough. Yes, I reckon we're going to have a star collision to end this system. I don't think it's just going to naturally supernova. I think it's going to be forced by a collision. So that's going to be. We could have a black hole form out of this. So this is going to be a pretty wild one. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, again, like I said, you can go for 70 likes. And also, guys, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already to stay up to date with all the latest videos and stuff with this game and all the things I do in it, like crazy things like this. If you like it, make sure to subscribe as well. But with that all said and done, guys, make sure you all have a great day, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.